From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Friday morning. Right now you're taking a live look at Richland. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. Not seeing that much out there for this morning. It is a cold morning. We're below freezing in the Tri-Cities. The same thing for Sunnyside. We're around freezing in the Kittitas Valley. And of course we're below freezing in the Blues and in the Cascades. So in those areas I just pointed out could be a bit of a frosty start. Here's your coat cast for today for the Tri-Cities. Heavy jacket stuff for this morning. Light jacket weather by the late morning. Maybe you'd be able to break out the t-shirt at the peak of daytime heating in the sunshine, especially if you're going to be in the sunshine for an extended period of time, as we'll have a lot of that in the forecast for today. It's going to be sunny and it's going to be seasonal. It will be even warmer as we head into this weekend, especially for Saturday. Then on Sunday could have some showers creeping in, especially up in the Cascades. Those chances will ramp up as we head into Monday and Tuesday. I'll tell you how much rainfall we're expecting from the system, and that's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, tariffs are officially underway. What that means for you is coming up.
And Democrats in charge of the Washington legislature are back to the drawing board, and we have those details from the state capitol.
And our team sits down with the family of a man who was killed in a crash involving an off-duty Washington State Patrol trooper. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Friday.
Friday!
It's Friday! It's Friday. We're getting it together.
Good thing we get to rest this weekend.
April 4th, headed into the weekend. We'll, of course, talk about what that weekend forecast looks like in a minute, but we do have a lot of news to get to. Actually, just coming into the newsroom, we're hearing from China. They've announced that they're going to be imposing a 34% tariff on all U.S. goods. That information just coming in. These tariffs are in response to President Trump's Liberation Day tariffs that just went into effect. So the big question everyone wants to know, how's it going to impact us here at home? A lot of products are likely to have higher prices due to these tariffs that have been imposed, but auto tariffs could cost Americans the most.
That's right. A 25% tax on all imported cars and car parts were one of the tariffs that went into effect yesterday, and it's a concern for the auto industry. Our Monique Ledesma speaking with the general manager at McCurley Honda in the Tri-Cities, who says he feels uncertainty about the impact of these tariffs on local consumers. And he also says that communication with customers is the most important thing moving forward.
I think tariffs bring a lot of uncertainty to the auto industry, both for the customers and for the dealerships. Everybody's going to be concerned about how it's going to affect the cost of vehicles, parts and service. We're committed to working closely with our manufacturers to make sure we mitigate some of that.
With cars being the second largest purchase for many households, experts say these auto tariffs could increase the average price of cars, and many automakers say they're bracing for these additional costs.
So speaking of cars, we can confirm that a new company based out of Port Angeles has bought Pingree Ford in Sela. Also, Yakima Valley's Ford and Valley Nissan. Price Auto Group has taken over both dealerships, and the current staff tell us that the new owners will keep all of their current employees. They also say that this move may add even more staffing in the future. The company says that they have Sela roots, and back in 1929, CEO David Price's grandfather relocated from Oklahoma, and a number of his family members followed him there to Sela.
Turning now to Washington legislature news, Democrats in charge of the Washington legislature are back to the drawing board after Governor Bob Ferguson said he would reject one of their key proposals to close the state's multi-billion-dollar budget deficit. Albert James shows us what the path forward looks like and also the Republican opposition that's ahead.
Neither budget, however, is close to one that I can sign for two key reasons.
The governor made it clear Tuesday the proposals from House and Senate Democrats had far too much in taxes, and a proposed wealth tax couldn't be used to close the budget shortfall because it's legally untested. House Democratic Finance Chair April Berg says the tax proposed by the House would stand up in court. She also believes a compromise is possible on the tax, as the governor said he would be open to a discussion on a smaller attempt to test its legality.
It's a conversation point. Most conversations don't happen at podiums with microphones. They're going to happen in rooms like this where we sit and we talk as equals about what's best for Washingtonians and what's the best way forward.
With the wealth tax potentially bringing in less than expected revenue, Berg says it's hard to know what alternative revenue proposals could be floated. That's because the governor hasn't sent over a note of concerns outlining his thoughts on the other Democratic revenue proposals, including new business taxes and growing property tax revenues. Ferguson's office said it would be released Thursday or Friday.
I don't want to get it over my skis on this one, but I think just waiting, looking at the letter again. We've had the press conference. Now we'll have the letter coming, and then we'll kind of go from there as policymakers.
Senate Republican budget leader Chris Gildon argues his caucus's budget proposal without any new taxes is better aligned with what the governor wants. The senator criticized all the Democratic revenue proposals, especially lifting the 1% cap on property tax revenue growth.
This is going to be a values judgment that the majority party is going to have to make. Do they value increasing taxes for literally no good reason, or do they value affordability for the people of Washington state?
The Senate Thursday appointed a conference committee to work with the House to resolve their differences and produce one budget. Gildon was appointed to that committee, but criticized the process as substantially changing the budget behind closed doors and saying Republican members aren't typically invited to conference meetings.
The remaining legislators in Olympia will not have a chance to weigh in on it. We will just have a chance to vote yes or no at the end of session.
Berg says the conference process has produced good budgets and Republicans are absolutely involved in the budgeting process. In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
5:06, moving to Yakima now, where this week there have been some critical preparations going on at the Yakima Training Center. Take a look at this video. It's showing the intensity of the Oregon Guard members training as they prepare for deployment to the Horn of Africa. You can see the troops on camera demonstrating their combat skills with weapons, also mine deployment detonations, and C4 explosive charges are being prepped and fired. YTC says that these skills are critical for the overseas mission. And now to a different kind of training, as Kittitas Valley Fire and Rescue will conduct a prescribed wildland live fire training burn tomorrow. They're going to do it at Bowers Field Airport. The prescribed burn will be done in collaboration with a number of fire agencies from Kittitas and Yakima counties. In addition to the training, this burn will provide some hazard fuel mitigation for Bowers Field, helping to reduce vegetation around the airport. So be advised, you may see smoke in the area of the area where they're training. Just know that it is just a training burn.
In developing news out of Kennewick, a rollover crash at the base of the Blue Bridge caused traffic delays yesterday morning. And here's what our news crews had captured. It's going to be on your screen in a second. And as you can see, one semi-truck rolled over and flipped on its side. And this happened around 8 a.m. The truck lost whatever was on its flatbed, and traffic was reduced to one lane while emergency crews cleaned up. We do know that traffic was backed up from the base of the bridge and all the way to the intersection of Clearwater and 395. But the cause of the crash is under investigation.
All right, check this out. Some exciting news. The Pasco Aviation Museum is opening its doors this weekend.
How exciting. And our very own Dan Hansen flew over to the museum, and he's giving us a sneak peek at what to expect.
Once a busy naval air station in World War II, this station played a crucial role in military history.
A lot of people don't know that aviation came to the Tri-Cities, specifically Pasco, over 100 years ago, 1910.
That's what I learned. And what's even more exciting is what I saw. Model airplanes, photos, and most importantly, the history of the Pasco Aviation Museum.
It's really astounding to me that just 7 years after the Wright brothers' first flight in 1903, we have airplanes flying over Pasco in 1910.
To preserve that history, Malin Bergstrom and community members found out since the building wasn't in use, there were plans to tear it down.
Decided to try and convince the airport that the building was a landmark and should be saved, and thankfully we were able to convince them of that.
The museum, once a World War II naval base, was used to train pilots for combat. Now artifacts from that history are spread all around the museum, donated by those with special connections to the base.
We had so many people call or just come into the airport and say, my uncle served during World War II right here on the Navy base, and I have his uniform and I have his logbook.
Since opening in 2018, the museum has taken off, hosting astronauts and even movie crews.
The movie Devotion, which I hope everybody has seen by now, parts of it were filmed right here in the Tri-Cities, and the filming crew and the pilots needed a location to work out of, so they kind of took over the museum for a few months.
The museum opens this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The first 50 students get a free patch. Tickets for adults are $10 and students and seniors just $5. Veterans get in free.
Take a flight back through time by seeing historic aircraft, exhibits, and hear the stories of the brave men and women who served at this base. Reporting in Pasco, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
What a cool history.
I've been there and it is so cool to see everything. Oh my gosh.
Did a little birdie tell me that Dan actually knows how to fly a plane? Like
he
has a
yeah.
pilot's license?
I actually learned this recently and I've known him for like 2 years
That's
now.
incredible.
So I don't know why he's not bragging about that all the time.
Humble brag, Dan.
Coming up next here on Good Morning Northwest, the clock is ticking for TikTok, but there are plenty of people in the running to make a deal before the deadline. With the details coming up.
And give you that live look outside this morning. It is 11 minutes after 5. We're looking over Yakima from our Bi-Mark camera. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth is going to be back after the break with your first alert forecast.
This is Apple Valley Eats.
Ready to shake up your dining experience? Legends Casino Hotel has something for every taste. At Lucky Shots Coffee Bar, it's more than just coffee. Frothy lattes, bold espressos, hearty sandwiches, desserts, and more. Lucky Shots has a winning hand of flavors any time of the day. Join us for our full-service menu, or dive into our legendary buffet options, including our salad bar and a variety of desserts that will have you coming back for seconds. Explore the newly updated food court with so many choices to satisfy your craving. At Fortune's, savor a customized crab boil fit for a king, queen, or joker with all the extras. Try the crab boil with one of our specialty sauces, big enough to share, but don't be slow with your fork. This is good eating. Burger lovers, head to Legendary Burgers. Try the Mount Adams or go classic with fries and a Huckleberry shake. Craving pizza, pasta, and more? Creations has you covered. After that custom-made pizza pie, don't forget dessert. You just gotta try our house-made cannoli. For authentic Mexican-style cooking, Madre's Mexican Kitchen is a must. With fresh homemade tortillas and savory sauces, you will not be disappointed. Try our enchiladas, street tacos, or something new to you. Madre's is sure to bring it home. Whether you're here to dine or unwind, Legends Casino Hotel has a world of exciting flavors waiting for you. Bring your appetite, your friends and family, and let the culinary journey begin.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Tonight, a mom and her son head out on a fishing trip, but only one makes it back.
Was it lost at sea or murder?
The question becomes, what happened?
Deborah Roberts investigates. 2020, tonight on ABC. Tonight,
A man of God, a married woman, a dead husband, and a police wiretap. There is a shooting.
It was like a car accident you couldn't look away from.
inside a murder mystery as it unravels. 2020, tonight on ABC.
Kraken, Sharks, live Saturday night hockey at 6:30 on MeTV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures as we're down below freezing for Snoqualmie Pass and Cle Elum, right around freezing for Ellensburg, and we're above that for Vantage, closer to 40 degrees. Then in the Yakima Valley, below freezing for Sunnyside. It looks like the rest of the valley is above freezing. Then in the Basin, below freezing for the Tri-Cities, right at freezing for Connell and for Hermiston. And then in the Blue Foothills, it looks like we're all above that 32-degree threshold, but down into the 20s and 30s in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. So we're where you're either at or below 32 degrees, that's where you can maybe run into a little bit of frost for this morning. Here's your day planner for today for lower elevations. A beautiful day on tap, lots of sunshine, high temperatures getting up into the 60s, so pretty seasonal stuff for the beginning of April. Here's something else that's seasonal for this time of the year. Baseball. Tonight is opening night for the Dust Devils. First pitch at 6:30 p.m. Temperature is going to be into the upper 50s. There will be plenty of sunshine, but trust me, you're going to need the jacket, especially as we get deeper and deeper into the game. Temperatures going up and up as we head into this week, and I'll tell you just how warm we could trend, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 5:15 now, and time is ticking for TikTok. It's facing a U.S. ban if a non-Chinese company doesn't buy it by tomorrow. That's when an extension from President Trump is going to run out. Now, it's unclear if finalizing a deal today is even feasible, but the White House says it is crafting a plan to avoid the ban. Amy Kiley reports on the negotiations.
It'll come out before the deadline.
The White House says it's working on a deal to keep TikTok in U.S. app stores. A bipartisan law is set to ban it over national security concerns, unless its Chinese parent company ByteDance sells it. TikTok is operating on an extension that ends tomorrow.
You want to make sure that the TikTok app in the United States is not spying on people. Right. It's good for national security. You also want to give people access to this incredible platform.
Under the U.S. law, ByteDance must sell at least 80% ownership. China seems reluctant to allow that. President Donald Trump is floating the idea of using tariffs as leverage.
It doesn't matter how many investors want to buy this U.S. app of TikTok. Does China want to let them buy it is the big question. They have indicated that they don't.
A deal also must meet two other requirements. The first is TikTok and ByteDance can't coordinate on data sharing due to privacy concerns. Analysts say that could be doable since the U.S. company Oracle now stores that information. The second is ByteDance can't control TikTok's algorithm for fear China could use it to influence Americans. That's a sticking point that Trump once proposed addressing with a lease agreement.
If you're licensing the algorithm, I don't personally understand how you're solving for that problem, but I'm sure that's something that the U.S. government is talking about with this deal.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Now, there are several potential buyers. They include a group led by billionaire former LA Dodgers owner Frank McCourt and Shark Tank investor Kevin O'Leary. Another group includes social media influencer Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast, and an Employer.com founder Jesse Tinsley, as well as an AI firm Perplexity, and some others on the list as well. So we'll keep you updated as we continue to learn more. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, we're going to check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He's going to have a look at your forecast as we are headed into the weekend, giving you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 17 minutes after 5. We'll be right back.
Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a ride. Whether you're shaping up a small yard or taking on serious acreage, let's go the distance. Shop in-store and online for 0% financing and instant rebates on select Steel mowers. Steel. Let's go mow.
Curve Appeal's new Era machine is here with an unbeatable offer. Get 4 sessions for just $999 or 8 sessions for $1799. The best prices in town for incredible results. This special ends April 12th. Start your new era with Curve Appeal. Book your consultation today.
Come discover our hand-picked collections at D-Lynn's Boutique. Whether you're shopping for a cozy weekend getaway or a special night out, D-Lynn's Boutique has everything you need to shine this winter. Visit us in-store or online and let us help you wrap the season in style.
Hi, I'm Stacy Lee, and I'm inviting you on a holidays vacation tour. Join me as we experience New England's fall foliage, October 2nd to the 10th. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors, before ending our vacation in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword Apple Valley, to request a brochure, watch a travel show, and book this tour.
We are Grocery Outlet, and we are your Bargain Bliss Market. What's Bargain Bliss? You know that feeling you get when you find the name brands you know and love, but for way, way less? That's Bargain Bliss. Everyone's favorite sale is back. The 20% off wine sale is on now through April 8th. We have hundreds of wines to choose from at prices so low you won't believe it. And every single bottle is 20% off. Stock up now before April 8th.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
Yakima Federal Savings and Loan was founded in 1905 and has kept your money safe and sound for 120 years. Your deposits at YakFed help people buy homes and build strong communities. We believe in giving back, proudly supporting local events and organizations that make a difference where we all live and work. With 10 local branch locations, we're committed to our communities and keeping your money secure. Experience the difference. Call, click, or come by and make the switch today.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a beautiful day, lots of sunshine, high temperatures getting up into the 60s, very seasonal stuff for early April. We'll have breezes gusting out of the south and east upwards of 20 to 25 miles per hour in the Cascades, and out of the north and east up to the same clip in the Blue Mountains and the Blue Foothills. And then for tonight, the breezes, the breeze situation in general is going to stay the same. Overnight lows dropping down into the 30s. So for the most part, it looks like most of it's going to be a little bit too warm to have to protect the outdoor pets, plants, or the plumbing, although we'll cut it pretty close in the lower Columbia Basin. Yeah, mostly clear skies, just a chilly and a calm night in general. We'll continue to keep the forecast dry as we head into Saturday. Sunday's going to be mostly dry. Could have some showers creeping in, especially in the Cascades, and a very low-end chance of some rainfall in the Kittitas or Yakima valleys. But that's just going to be the precursor to late on Sunday through early on Wednesday, and Monday and Tuesday are obviously going to be the days that are going to bear the brunt of this storm system. Thunderstorms also a possibility for both of these days. Now, snowfall from this ordeal not looking that impactful at all. Snow levels mostly above past levels, so we could pick up maybe trace amounts of snowfall for I-90 or Oregon 204, but that's about it in that regard. Now, the rainfall totals a little bit more impressive, could get between 0.2 to 0.3 inches of rainfall in the lower Columbia Basin, 0.3 to 0.4 for the Blue Foothills, 0.7 to 0.8 for the Blue Mountains, and maybe over an inch of liquid water rainfall up in the Cascades. High temperatures, seasonal for today, super seasonal for Saturday, up into the 70s in the Tri-Cities by Sunday. Looks like we'll mostly be either average or above average for the foreseeable future. So feeling very spring-like out there. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, warming up and staying dry through Sunday. Thunderstorms likely and windy for Monday, then a few showers left over by Tuesday. In Yakima, dry and mild today and tomorrow, a small rain chance on Sunday, then slightly better rain chances Monday and Tuesday as winds become a factor on Monday. In Ellensburg, warming up and staying dry through Saturday, a small rain chance Sunday, then a small chance of some thunderstorms on Monday. In Hermiston, warming up and keeping it dry through Sunday, thunderstorms likely Monday, then much smaller rain chances by Tuesday. Then for Walla Walla, dry and turning warmer through this weekend, then thunderstorms likely on Monday, but trending drier for Tuesday and beyond. Now you're taking another live look at Yakima, this view coming courtesy of Bimart. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
If you're looking for a high-quality trailer at the right price, this is the place.
It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun!
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
April is National Foot and Ankle Health Awareness Month. Remember, inspect your feet daily for injuries and other ailments. There's more at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Prosser Orthopedic Center podiatrist Dr. Jared Clifford is accepting new patients. This is how we care.
For 60 years, Woods Nursery has been inspiring families to create beautiful, joyful gardens in our community. Spanning 5 acres, it's one of the largest nurseries in southeastern Washington, offering a vast selection of plants, trees, and flowers, all grown in the USA. Explore handcrafted ornamental pieces made by American artisans and get expert guidance from 3 generations of the Wood family, dedicated to helping you design stunning landscapes. Visit us today and discover everything you need to bring your outdoor space to life.
Are you tired of seeing money all around the house? Then start saving money with First American Home Warranty. First American covers the systems and appliances you depend on every day. And if we can't repair your covered item, we'll replace it.
I've saved thousands, and that makes me happy.
All plans include a no questions asked money back guarantee and flexible payment options so you can never pay for covered repairs again.
Call 1-800-964-2842. That's 1-800-964-2842.
Next live in Palm Springs, Caroline Ray and Don Johnson from Dr. Odyssey.
Brace for impact.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Kraken, Sharks, live Saturday night hockey at 6:30 on MeTV.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment headlines, my favorite superhero, the Man of Steel, returns once again, and we've got a sneak peek at that new movie.
Plus, the new Minecraft movie is also coming out. Hear what Jack Black is saying about the game.
We've got all the movie news to take you into your weekend, so here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
The latest sneak peek at Superman includes more of Krypto saving an injured Man of Steel, the Fortress of Solitude, and its robots. Superman flies into theaters July 11th.
Anything you can dream about, you can create.
A Minecraft movie star, Jack Black, says he loves how the game spurs kids' imaginations.
I'm looking forward to this next generation of architects that grew up on Minecraft. Like, I bet you we have some insane buildings and structures that are going to be coming over the decades to come.
A Minecraft movie is in theaters now. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Jack Black can say anything, and I will just die laughing.
He's hilarious.
He's so good. And then I think it stems from School of Rock. That was my favorite movie of his. What about you guys?
I love him in Tenacious D.
Oh, yes, the best song in the world.
I'll take that all day. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, we take some time to smell the tulips as Middleton Farms is bursting with colors this weekend.
And we'll hear from Matthew Middleton on all the festivities that are to come. That's coming up in your next half hour. But first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, saving TikTok. President Trump could sign an executive order as soon as today that would allow China to keep control of TikTok's algorithm, but lease it to an American company, which would have a minority stake. Trump's order would extend the deadline he imposed to sell the app or ban it in the U.S. by tomorrow. New editing tools are coming to YouTube Shorts as it competes against TikTok. Creators will have access to 5 additional features for the short-form videos, including a new video editing timeline. And they'll be able to have their clips automatically sync to music instead of having to do it manually. Finally, a medical breakthrough for heart patients. This is the world's smallest pacemaker. It's smaller than a grain of rice, and it can be inserted into the body with a syringe. Engineers at Northwestern say it controls heart pacing through a wireless device on the chest. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Let me see my new granddog.
Say hi, Grandma.
You're feeding him Blue Buffalo, right?
No, we got Purina in one. It's all the same stuff.
Not really. Blue Life Protection Formula's got deboned chicken, chicken meal, brown rice, oatmeal, barley.
Well, Purina One has chicken, rice flour, corn gluten meal, whole grain corn, chicken byproduct meal.
Looks like we're switching to Blue.
Switch to Blue and feed your dog like family.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
You founded your kayak company because you love the ocean, not spreadsheets. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbreth.
All right, Josh, 3-degree guarantee. It was at $100 yesterday?
Yes.
Cash with Colbreth moving up?
Cash with Colbreth. Now it's up to $125. So let's go ahead and take a look at our 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by our friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. Yesterday, I went with a forecast high of 61 degrees in Pasco Tri-Cities, and it verified at 62. So yes, the jackpot went up to $125. So here are the stakes for today. I'm going with a forecast high of 64 in Pasco Tri-Cities. If it verifies between 61 to 67, the jackpot's going to go up to $150. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to AppleValleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that's on your screen. Right now, you're taking a live look at Richland. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. Not seeing that much out there for this morning. It is a cold morning as we're below freezing for the Tri-Cities in Sunnyside and Hermiston, up into the Cascades and down into the Blues. So in those areas, that's maybe where you would have to break out the ice scraper for this morning. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. A whole lot of this in the forecast, a lot of sunshine, and the temperatures are going to be very seasonal for the beginning of April. So for today, it's going to be sunny, it's going to be seasonal. For lower elevations, we'll end up in the low to mid 60s. And to underscore how nice our forecast is, I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's very nice forecast. And that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting off this half hour with an Apple Valley News Now exclusive, a mother speaking out after losing her son in a crash, one involving off-duty Washington State Patrol Trooper Sarah Clayson. Our Austin Reed and Monique Ledesma sat down with Yasser Sanchez's family. We previously heard from his best friend, but this morning we're hearing from his mom, who says her entire world has been turned upside down.
It's been over a month since Yolimar Sanchez lost her oldest son of the family, 20-year-old Jose Sanchez. She says since the day of that crash, Trooper Clayson's decision to get behind the wheel would have a lasting impact on her entire family's life. This interview has been translated from Spanish to English.
Pero se llevó lo más preciado que tenía en mi vida. Se llevó a una persona maravillosa.
She took away the most precious thing I had in my life. She took away a wonderful person and ruined all of us, the whole family. She ruined our lives because since my child left, we have been very sad. The house is very lonely, and I don't hold grudges against anyone, not even her. But I would like her to pay for what she did, because her being an educated person or a specialist in this area, she should have called an Uber and not driven drunk. As to Clayson's blood results being more than twice the legal limit 6 hours after the crash.
Me sentí terrible porque eso.
I felt terrible knowing that happened, that the test was done 6 hours later after what had happened. And if I think about how much time had passed, I think she must have been extremely, extremely intoxicated. It had been 6 hours, and she had twice the level. So what was her level that she had in the moment of the accident? It was a high level, in my opinion. Sanchez says police officers shouldn't be above the law.
Yo pienso que por ser policía.
I think that any normal person or civilian at this moment would be in jail for what happened. And she, for being a veteran in this career, she has been given a lot of consideration. In my opinion, I feel that they have given her a lot of benefits. I think they should be fair. Just as they treat civilians, they should treat people who work for the police or the government the same way. All treatment should be equal. There shouldn't be better treatment because she was an officer. They should take into account what has happened and set an example that they are the people that we have as an example. And they should have integrity in what they soar into at the time of graduating in this career. Because they say that they are there to monitor if pedestrians or normal people are intoxicated, but because they are officials, they can drive intoxicated. Why? Sanchez says for anyone thinking they can drive after drinking, don't even think about it.
No manejen alcoholizados, pueden dañarle.
Don't drive drunk. You can damage a lot of people's lives. You can destroy a whole family, both those of us who are here and those who are on the outside. In this case of my family, everybody is and everybody is destroyed. Call an Uber. There are Ubers. Call family members to pick you up, but don't drink alcohol. Don't think that because you had just a glass of wine, it's okay to drive. Don't do it. Call to be picked up.
As of right now, the Richland police have stated that their investigation is ongoing and is expected to continue. Reporting for Apple Valley News Now, I'm Monique Ledesma.
And we have heard back from Clayson's defense attorney, and he says they will be doing their own investigation regarding the toxicology report. Now, to see previous coverage on the story, you can head to our website. That's applevalleynewsnow.com. And our investigative team will continue to track the case and bring you the most up-to-date information. If you have a question you feel is unanswered regarding this case, we want to work on getting those answers for you, as we are on your side. So simply send an email to investigates@applevalleynewsnow.com.
5:35, and in education news this morning, one school is improving their school nutrition, and one way they're doing this is through volunteer taste testers. After some feedback from students, families, and staff, the food services team from the Mabton School District decided to change their school lunches and breakfasts for the better. It's an effort to not only make them more nutritional, but to also make them better aligned with the preferences and tastes of students. The team has been testing recipes, and students have been given an opportunity to taste test and provide feedback. Officials say the favorites may soon be on the menu. And in health news this morning, the Leapfrog Group releasing their hospital safety grades for Washington. It's based on expert panelists from universities around the country. Now, the nonprofit group provides voluntary surveys that dive into issues like resources, safety, quality. It's all based on 22 patient safety measures. Washington ranked 17th in the nation for safety, with 32.7% of their hospitals receiving an A grade. St. Clair Hospital in Lakewood was honored with being the top teaching hospital in the state, and some of the participating hospitals in our viewing area received C grades, and that includes Cadillac in Richland, Walla Wallace Providence, and Kennewick's Southridge. 5:36, and check this out. We always talk about the Tulip Festival in Western Washington, but now you can step into spring right here in Eastern Washington. Middleton Farms Tulip Festival is now open, and our very own Stacy Lee was out there yesterday. Take a look. Millions of tulips lining the fields of the Pasco-Colotis Road, painting the landscape with vibrant colors. So whether you're looking for a peaceful weekend stroll or a weekday or a weekend rather packed with family-friendly fun, and even some adventure, they have something for everyone, and so many tulips.
There's 41 different varieties of all sorts of different colors, ranging from early, mid, and late variety, and they all come from the Netherlands.
So much fun. It's a one-of-a-kind Eastern Washington spot right here in our very own backyard. It's open Monday through Friday 10 to 5, Saturday 10 to 6, and Sunday noon to 6. So you can stroll through acres of vibrant tulips, enjoy family-friendly activities, yummy food, and picture-perfect scenery to create some lasting memories with your loved ones this spring. So pretty.
Sounds like a fun way to spend the weekend.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. And coming up on Good Morning Northwest here, we'll have the Kraken Player of the Week. Who is it? You'll have to wait a few minutes to find out.
And giving you that live look outside this morning over at Yakima from our Bi-Mart camera there. It is 5:38, and when we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have another look at your forecast as we head into the weekend.
It's the National RV Show at the Pendleton Convention Center. April 4th through the 8th. Get amazing discount prices from manufacturers from across the country, like Grand Design, StarCraft, and more. And $2,500 over NADA for your trade. There's show-only financing with zero down, rates as low as 5.99, and no payments till July. And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. And every purchase gets a free 65-inch TV. So don't miss the best deals of the season at the National RV Show at the Pendleton Convention Center.
At US Cellular, we're celebrating our customers, like JP here. It's a special event. Us days.
Yeah, we get special rewards and exclusive deals, and it's only for US Cellular customers. It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Us days at US Cellular. Right now, our customers can get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
and 2 options for you to take a look at.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel,
just watch yourself there. So here, guys, we're gonna rip everything down to the stud.
Rebath is with you every step of the way, from design and products to removal and installation.
Okay, what do you guys think?
We handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Need to liven up your living room? Deck out your dining room? Beautify your bedroom? We've got just the thing. It's the spring clearance sale at Furniture Row, and that means all clearance furniture is on sale throughout the store. Shop fresh new looks for every room in your home. Or make your money work for you with 48 months, no interest financing. Get your home ready for spring with the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. Only at Furniture Row.
It's the 3-degree guarantee from Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather and Legends Casino Hotel. When Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth gets the high within 3 degrees, $25 is put in the jackpot. If he misses, someone wins. From Legends Casino Hotel and Apple Valley News Now.
This morning, what does Elizabeth Moss and the cast of The Handmaid's Tale want you to know about the final season?
Don't cut this part, okay? This is all going on the air.
What will they reveal?
It's just the emotion of it is so close.
Don't miss them on
Good Morning America.
Idol's 2-night event starts Sunday with the last day of auditions.
This is a platinum ticket.
Oh my God.
And Monday, Hollywood Week kicks off.
More than half of you will be going home.
American Idol, new Sunday and Monday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County, where these winds going to gust out of the south and east, at least for the Cascades, gusting upwards of 20 miles per hour. Plenty of sunshine, and temperatures are going to be in the mid-50s in the Cascades, low 60s in the Kittitas Valley. In the Yakima Valley, we'll be in the low to mid-60s, sunny skies, light winds overall. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, also light winds, plenty of sunshine, and these highs into the low to mid-60s as well. In the Blue Foothills, temperatures a little bit cooler, closer to 60 degrees, down into the 40s and 50s in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, but also plenty of sunshine. These winds gusting out of the north and east between 20 to 25 miles per hour. Now let's talk about the big picture, our rainfall deficits and surpluses we've been running since October 1st. Thankfully, right now, it's all surpluses, all green on this graphic. Now, the magnitude of the surplus just sort of depends on the microclimate. We're around 20% for the Kittitas Valley, around 35% in the Yakima Valley, close to 50% in the lower Columbia Basin, so really running a good surplus there. We're just breaking even right now in the Blue Foothills. There should be a plus there, but there's a +1 surplus, which is a little drop in the bucket in the grand scheme of things. Now, thankfully, we do have more rainfall on the way as we head into this weekend, more so Sunday and into the beginning of next week. I'll tell you how much rain we're expecting coming up in a few minutes.
The Kraken Player Profile, sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health.
Apple Valley News Now is your home to the Seattle Kraken, and this week's Kraken Player of the Week is Kaapo Kakko. Our very own Dan Hansen tells us why this is the man to highlight.
Scoring for the Kraken.
I feel I'm a lot like outside in the corners and behind the net. I feel
the one. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door, and giving you that live look outside this morning over Yakima from our Bi-Mart camera. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will be back with your full First Alert forecast as we make our way into the weekend. It's 5:44. We're back after the break.
Our number one service here at NIU Women's Clinic and Aesthetics is our weight loss program. Our program is really focused on a lifestyle change. We want our patients to be able to lose around 10 to 15 pounds of weight loss a month is what we see. But when they're done with us on the program, we want them to be able to keep that weight off. We don't want to see them yo-yo.
So I've lost about 40 to 50 pounds, and that's been over the span of 3 to 4 months. At my peak, I think I was losing probably 10 pounds a week. It was quite a bit, and I just noticed it was falling off of me.
So we are proud to announce that we are releasing a virtual weight loss program. What makes our program so successful for both men and women is the fact that we are treating exactly the reason why you're gaining this weight in the first place. By addressing your insulin insensitivity, your hormone balancing, your lifestyle, treating everything. We really focus on you and your needs.
Now open in Yakima. Go to newuwomensclinic.com to start your weight loss journey today.
Baseball is back! Spring is here, and so are your Tri-City Dust Devils. Don't miss opening day, Friday, April 4th at Giesa Stadium. Receive a free magnet schedule thanks to Tri-Cities Community Health, and stay for fireworks presented by CO Energy. Opening weekend continues Saturday, April 5th with another fireworks show brought to you by Yolks Fresh Market. For tickets, head to the official site, DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It will blow you away.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
Yakima Federal Savings and Loan was founded in 1905 and has kept your money safe and sound for 120 years. Your deposits at YakFed help people buy homes and build strong communities. We believe in giving back, proudly supporting local events and organizations that make a difference where we all live and work. With 10 local branch locations, we're committed to our communities and keeping your money secure. Experience the difference. Call, click, or come by and make the switch today.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacy Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a lovely day outside. We'll have plenty of sunshine. These high temperatures are going to be seasonal for early April, most of us ending up in the 60s, and the winds will gust out of the south and east up around 20 to 25 miles per hour in the Cascades, and out of the north and east for the Blue Foothills and Blue Mountains, also between 20 to 25 miles per hour. Then for tonight, the wind gust situation is going to stay the same. Skies will be mostly clear. Overnight lows falling down into the 30s will cut it very close to freezing in the lower Columbia Basin. So that's where you might have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, or the plumbing. We'll continue to be dry as we head into Saturday. It's going to be a beautiful day on Saturday, and then Sunday is going to be more interesting. Rain looking likely in the Cascades. Very minimal rain chances for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, but that's just going to be a precursor for Monday and Tuesday into the early morning hours of Wednesday. Even some thunderstorms possible for both Monday and Tuesday. First, let's talk about something that's not going to be very impactful during the stretch. That's going to be snowfall. Snow levels mostly above pass level, so we can maybe pick up trace amounts of snowfall for Interstate 90 or for Oregon 204, but points in between, not going to see anything at all. Now, the rainfall situation obviously going to be a little bit different. We could have between 0.1 to 0.3 inches of rainfall for the lower Columbia Basin, 0.3 to 0.4 for the Blue Foothills, 0.7 to 0.8 for the Blue Mountains, and maybe over an inch of rainfall in the Cascades from late Sunday to early Wednesday. But again, this is an early estimation, so all of these numbers are subject to change. High temperatures, like I mentioned, seasonal for today and then super seasonal as we head into Saturday. Really beyond that, we're going to be either average or above average for this time of the year. The warmest day being on Sunday as we could breach 70 degrees in the Tri-Cities. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warming up and staying dry through Sunday. Thunderstorms likely and windy for Monday, then a few showers left over by Tuesday. In Yakima, dry and mild today and tomorrow. A small rain chance on Sunday, then slightly better rain chances Monday and Tuesday as winds become a factor on Monday. In Ellensburg, warming up and staying dry through Saturday. A small rain chance Sunday, then a small chance of some thunderstorms on Monday. In Hermiston, warming up and keeping it dry through Sunday. Thunderstorms likely Monday, then much smaller rain chances by Tuesday. Then for Walla Walla, dry and turning warmer through this weekend. Then thunderstorms likely on Monday, but trending drier for Tuesday and beyond.
Now, the morning sprint.
5:50, time for your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door with your top 5 local stories. The 25% tax on all imported cars and car parts has now gone into effect, and as a part of the sweeping tariffs, it's all hitting the country now and here locally. So it's a concern for local auto companies as prices of cars are expected to rise. The general manager at McCurley Honda right here in the Tri-Cities says communicating with customers is going to be the most important thing going forward because of the uncertainty about the impact on consumers. He also says that they're working closely with manufacturers to try to mitigate the issues.
A prescribed burn is being conducted tomorrow at Bowers Field Airport in Ellensburg. It's a collaboration for wild and live fire trading between multiple fire agencies in Kittitas and Yakima counties. And the burn will also provide hazard fuel mitigation to help reduce vegetation around the airport. So be advised that you may see smoke in that area.
And the Pasco Aviation Museum is opening its doors this weekend, and it's added some new features. Once a busy naval air station during World War II, this historic site played a crucial role in military aviation history. They've added some new artifacts this year, and it's open tomorrow from 10 to 4, and the first 50 students get a free patch. Tickets for adults are $10, students and seniors $5, and veterans get in free.
And one school is improving their school nutrition, and one way they're doing this is through volunteer taste testers. After feedback from students, families, and staff, the food services team from the Mabton School District decided to change their school lunches and breakfasts for the better. It's an effort to not only make them more nutritional, but also to make them better aligned with the preferences and tastes of students. And the team has been testing recipes. Also, they've been given an opportunity to taste these and provide feedback, the students that is, and officials say the favorites may soon be on the menu.
I want to know what their favorites are.
Me too.
Chicken nuggets. You chicken nuggets, yeah. 5:52, and you can now step into spring right here in Eastern Washington. The Middleton Farms Tulip Festival is now open. Millions of tulips lining the fields of the Pasco-Colotis Road. The festival runs all the way through the end of April.
In your national headlines this morning, numbers from the Department of Labor show the U.S. added 228,000 jobs in March, blowing past economists' expectations. And other economic data shows layoffs have gone down. The Labor Department is reporting roughly 6,000 fewer unemployment insurance claims for the week that ended March 29th. And that was the week before. And the report also shows it's taking people longer to find jobs. And this number does not include the federal workers who were laid off, as those are separately tracked. And former Vice President Mike Pence is this year's recipient of the John F. Kennedy Profile and Courage Award. The JFK Library Foundation making the announcement yesterday and applauding Pence for upholding his oath to the Constitution and following his conscience. They say Pence is receiving the award for, quote, putting his life and career on the line. And that was during the January 6th U.S. Capitol attack. Pence certified the election in the immediate aftermath.
5:53 in your business news this morning. American automaker Ford now offering employee pricing on many of its cars to all U.S. customers. The initiative went into effect just yesterday. It'll run through June 2nd. It all comes, of course, after President Trump announced that 25% tariff on all imported cars. Ford saying that it's offering this due to the uncertainty that a lot of Americans will have over how these tariffs will impact them. And Zelle shut down its standalone app this week, but the popular money transferring service is not going away. Zelle warned of the shutdown last year, explaining that only 2% of its transactions happen on the app. A vast majority of Zelle's 151 million users use their own bank's website or their bank's app so that the process will not be affected.
In your health headlines this morning, CVS Pharmacy is fighting back against the Department of Justice's opioid lawsuit. Attorneys for the largest pharmacy chain in the U.S. are requesting to have a majority of claims dismissed. CVS is accused of violating the Controlled Substances Act by purposely filling invalid prescriptions. Its lawyers saying prosecutors never provided key facts, including the identities of the doctors who prescribed medication. Prosecutors have until June 4th to file a response to the motion. And a new study may have found that exposure to chemicals known as phthalates during pregnancy can affect a newborn's brain development. Phthalates are synthetic chemicals used in everyday products for food packaging, personal care, toys, and more. And the report found exposure during pregnancy altered the metabolism of key factors in brain development. The study was published in the journal Nature Communications.
5:55 talking sports now. Get ready for Saturday hockey as the Seattle Kraken visit San Jose for a final meeting this season with the Sharks. You can see the pregame starting at 6:30. Puck drops at 7 on Apple Valley News Now's sister station, MeTV. And also in your sports news this morning, the Athletics' new baseball stadium on the Las Vegas Strip is one step closer to becoming a reality. Officials voted unanimously to approve permits and other zoning changes for the stadium. It'll be located around the site where the Tropicana Hotel and Casino once stood. Construction, expected to start later this year, will be completed by 2028. Until then, the Athletics are playing the next 3 seasons in West Sacramento, California. Right there on the Strip.
That's going to be fun.
That'd be wild.
And trending this morning, some egg-sighting news from the Oregon Zoo. The first California condor chicks of the year have hatched at the zoo's Johnson Center.
Yeah, this marks a strong start to the year for the critically endangered species. Zoo staff says that these chicks are healthy and thriving under their parents' care.
It's a big year for eggs right now.
Big year.
Well, with more eggs expected to hatch soon, the center continues its vital role in condor recovery, already raising over 120 chicks since 2023. Today, about 560 condors exist worldwide, many flying free thanks to conservation efforts like these.
Wow.
So cute. It's been a big year for animals, too.
I know.
Animals running loose.
Just, going
Otters,
rogue.
I know, yeah. They're just trying to escape, yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, time is almost up for TikTok, but a lot of people are trying to make a deal before the deadline.
And we all have all the details and all your local and national news coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, we are tracking some beautiful weather as we head into this weekend up until Sunday. It gets a little bit more murky then, and then very active weather to start off next week. I'll tell you about all those details coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.